Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I suppose it was inevitable.
Eagles 102.3.
Competitions? They don't exist. With Eagles, you soar.
I need money where I get. I need flex. I need ball. I need best.
My dream is my dream is trapping with you in my T-bone.
Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
Eagles.
Play the music you want to hear.
Eagles 102.3.
All right, welcome to the Prug Show this morning. How you feeling this morning? Yes, the conversation's trending on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Yes, we give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. We say it is in strong authority because we have the arm, and that arm that is so strong with so much pride. And guess who gave us that bragging right? You did. Now you can catch us across social media platforms precisely for that audio visual radio experience that you can count on YouTube. Do well to hit the bell or the like button and just join the conversation on YouTube too. Leave a comment in the comment section and let us know that you came, you saw, and you are soaring. And do the same with the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja and leave a comment in the comment section. Give us a like, give us a following, and you'll be glad you did. Now, my name is Udwak Daniel, and we'll be looking into a Nemesis or Genesis, River State Impeachment Saga, right? Is it a Nemesis situation? Is it a Genesis situation where it is a rebirth for something, for anything, right? I mean, River State has been in the forefront of political discourse since last year up until now. It's been a major state, especially when it comes to electioneering processes and decisions that also shape, which candidate, would win in during an electioneering, procession or period or poll and all of that. But then again, it is the same state that is also producing oil, so it's an oil producing state, so it is very vital and pivotal when it comes to the economy of Nigeria as well. And it has been laid in siege for quite some time. I mean, there's been a back and forth going on. You already know how Fubara, as many have said, seemed to be persecuted by his predecessor, who's now the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. And a lot of us have said, Mr. Honorable Minister, please now, leave Rivers State alone. Let this man handle, the state affairs. He's the bona fide governor of the state. But then again, it does seem as though the former governor of Rivers State, who's now the Honorable Minister of the FCT, is saying that no, I am a stakeholder. I am from Rivers State. I am a stakeholder, and I want to see changes. I want to see that things, happen in the right way. I want to see that the Rivers people get indeed the dividend of democracy, the type that I administered to them during my time as governor. But it has been a back and forth. We saw to the part where there was a state of emergency in Rivers State, and the sole administrator, the retired General Ibogete Ibas, took over. And we saw the drama that went down when Ibogete Ibas said, I am not answerable to anybody. I am answerable to the GCFR, the one who put me there, Mr. President. That's the person I give account to. So all of you, please leave me be. I know what I did and all of that. But there were also reports that he had left, a huge sum of money in the River State coffers based on money that was sent to him to handle the affairs of River State this month and all of that. Yes, and that being said, Fubara is also looking critically into the platform, the political platform where he belongs. And he said, you know what, I need to make a shift. In fact, we saw him on the news, on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, saying, there was nothing the PDP ever did for me. I fought my battles alone. It was me all alone. Through the thick and the thin, through the darkness, through the pain, the penury, anything that I went through, it was just me. My party was nowhere to be found. So now I am joining the ruling All Progressives Congress. While some clapped and applauded him, others said, oh, it was a betrayal. A betrayal of trust. But even at that, we thought, okay, the storm is over. The storm is over now. Nothing is going to happen. Everything will just go smoothly. But it does seem as though the lawmakers have a different intent. Now, what is really going on with the lawmakers in this regard? The lawmakers seem to have slammed an impeachment notice on the sitting governor already. Yes, they've slammed an impeachment notice on him, and they've given a 7-point scene that he has committed. Yes, 7 points. Oh, it has an agenda now, if you like to put it that way. 7 points agenda, if you like. But this time it is 7-point sin that he has committed. And let's just look into what some of those sins are. Demolition of the assembly complex, misappropriation of funds, extra budgetary spending, failure to present budget to assembly, denying assembly inputs in appropriation bills, withholding funds meant for the Assembly Service Commission, disobedience of the Supreme Court on assembly financial autonomy. Right. Now, in view of this, residents of Rivers State have decried what they described as growing political instability in the state. And they are warning that the renewed impeachment move against Governor Siminalayi Fubara signals further retrogression and is very ill-timed. Right? So, that being said, we have also seen how the peace brokered by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu among key political actors in Rivers State has again collapsed, as the State House of Assembly yesterday had commenced that impeachment proceedings against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu. So, when you put all of these pieces together, it makes you wonder what exactly is the matter in Rivers State. So the renewed crisis in Rivers State now, the situation has reached a crescendo yesterday when the ruling All Progressives Congress being at loggerheads with the House of Assembly following the initiative of impeachment proceedings against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu, over allegations of gross misconduct and misappropriation of funds. Now, the lawmakers reconvened from their recess that would have lapsed on January 26 to commence that removal process and adjourned to January 15 in a move that has kicked up dust in the polity. We will engage with our guest, Comrade Gerald Okachi, this morning and have that conversation with him already. And let's mirror into the matter already. And in the course of the discourse, you two will have a voice in this matter. I mean, some persons will say, why are we talking about Rivers State? We will talk about Rivers State because Rivers State is a branch, so to speak. If Nigeria was a tree, Rivers State is a branch, a very vital branch of that tree. I mean, an oil producing state, and you don't want to talk about the politics in that region? Oh, there's a lot of clash of interest in that state. And it's very evident. Now, what exactly is the tussle? What exactly is the war about? Comrade Gerald Okachi would add his voice in a short bit. He's a human rights activist, a public affairs commentator, and social analyst and conflict resolution expert. Comrade, good morning and welcome to the Prog Show this morning.
Good morning, UD. Good morning to our beautiful and wonderful listeners and followers. Thank you for having me once again.
Awesome. Now, it's not the first time that River State governor is facing impeachment. I mean, in 2023, there were tensions between Fubara and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, and that led to a split in the People's Democratic Party in that state. Now, Fubara eventually defected to the All Progressives Congress in December of 2025, and yet, this is where we are. Comrade, what are your thoughts?
You see,
okay.
It is a micros or just as you use the illustration of three, a deeper democratic contradictions, whether it becomes a nemesis destroying institutions and public trust, or a genesis redefining constitutionalism and political maturity, depends on how the actors and institutions conduct themselves. You see, you talk about defection in December. Before the defection of Governor Similaye Fubara to APC, the state assembly members have already defected, and they did not foresee Fubara joining them into APC. And Fubara coming into APC have damaged their leverage over the governance of River State. So it's really did a lot of damage to their influence or maybe what they intend to achieve. So that is why you see this renewed conflict, and you observe that in the past 10 days or 2 weeks or thereabouts, you have seen the Minister of FCT going from one local government to another, trying to grip or extend, try to hold his structures at those local level, and at the same time issuing threats and thereabout, raising alarm of what he perceived breach of agreement or what have you, But then you look at some of the reasons given for these recent impeachment saga. Rivers State is not just facing an impeachment crisis; it is facing a democratic test. The key question is simple. Is this impeachment about accountability or political survival? What happens in Rivers State will echo across Nigerian democracy. What impeachment is meant to be. Impeachment is a constitutional safeguard, not a political weapon. The Constitution demands due process, evidence of gross misconduct, and fair hearing. When impeachment is rushed or manipulated, democracy suffers. So the political reality in Rivers, the crisis is driven more by power struggle, targets for elite realignment than governance failure. So it is targeted on 2027. So Rivers has become a battlefield for who controls the states, not how the state is governed. Ordinary citizens are not the beneficiaries of this fight. So the role of the state assembly must choose between being independent lawmakers or political errand runners, which we have seen in recent past. Lawmakers who are allegiance to the constitution, not to godfathers, or if we use courtism or party factions. History remembers assemblies that defend democracy and and those that destroy it. As far as well, you still talk about judicial and the rule of law. Court must avoid being dragged into political games. Conflicting court orders weaken public confidence. Judiciary courage and clarity are essential to prevent chaos. Security agencies and civic space must remain neutral and professional. Any intimidation around the assembly or protest shrink democratic space. Democracy cannot survive under fear and militarization. So, if you look at the reasons they gave, claims of not presenting budget, you ask yourself, are they for real? Are they undermining the powers of the commander-in-chief, the president himself, who declared state of emergency last year? And through the sole administrator, they push a budget that is over 1.4 trillion to the National Assembly, who after passing the budget gave it to the president to assent to it, which is still running, that will end by August 2026. Is it that they are not, sometimes blind loyalty, blind followership can make one to, I don't know how to put it, the dangers ahead if mishandled. The Saga could normalize political impeachment or paralyze governance, create dangerous precedent for other states. Today it is Rivers State, tomorrow it could be any state. If a president can assent to a budget and after recalling the governor, and the governor thinks the budget is good enough to continue, there's no need for supplementing. Why putting the pressure if not for the control of the states? The crisis can still be a turning point. Respect constitutional procedure, stronger legislative independence, and renewed civic engagement. Of course, in our constitution, it also gives leverage for the governor even to extend up to 6 months, which we have seen. So I see no reason for this rush. The report from Rivers State shows that this guy is a good administrator. That is a similar Fubara. Under his watch, the IGR has shoot over 100 billion naira. Under his watch, there's prompt payment of pensions and workers in the state. Under his watch, there has been a revival with regards to education sector and massive infrastructure development across all the local governments. So why the fight? If not for the control of the political relevance, they begin to. If you look at what they serve him yesterday, you look at the derogatory language they use on the governor. A situation where you begin to address your governor as madam. I don't know how they, out of hatred, bitterness, I don't know how to put it, that they will subject themselves to an own goal even before the kickoff in their struggle for political relevance and control. Of course, you heard FCT minister about 3 days ago in one of his rallies, where he said that Fubara's second term will be an end to his political career. So it becomes a fight to finish.
Right.
What it needs to demand in this struggle is transparency in the impeachment process, respect for court rulings and constitutional limits, governance focus, not endless political drama, and accountability from all sides, not selective justice.
Right.
Impeachment should protect democracy, not assassinate it. Rivers State must decide whether this moment becomes his nemesis or genesis.
Right. Comrade, Fubara has alleged 7 sins. This is not something we can just sweep under the carpet, as the lawmakers have put out there. Demolition of the assembly complex, number 1. Misappropriation of funds, number 2. Extra budgetary spending, number 3. Failure to present budget to assembly, denying assembly inputs in appropriation bills, withholding funds meant for the Assembly Service Commission, disobedience of the Supreme Court on assembly financial autonomy. Now, are these something that we should just sweep under the carpet and say, okay, because fine, could this be a political struggle or something? I mean, these are very tenable points against a sitting governor.
Well, if we look at some of the things they raised, which you have, presented rightly, the refusal to allow the state assembly to be independent, or frustrating them with not allowing their funds to get to them, or maybe disobedient to Supreme Court judgment. You see, I don't know how to start in this angle. I don't know if the state assembly, as they claim, are being stifled of their funds that they will be sitting. And I do not believe that the governor would deliberately want to undermine the Supreme Court of Nigeria. If found to be true, then it constitutes a misconduct. That is a fact.
Okay.
And there's hardly, out of the 36 states we have in Nigeria, that you cannot say more than 30, if not the entire 36 states, can be found guilty of these claims that they are raising. Perhaps because the governor is not in bed with them, and that is why they are raising all these eyebrows. And of course, you have seen the response by the party they belong, resisting those moves, citing it that is centered on issues of budget, which even the Speaker Martin Amowole, in his presentations yesterday, made mention of that. Even if he bring the budget now or tomorrow, it's already late. He must allow the process to finish. Don't forget that barely last year, when they started the same drama before the state of emergency, the chief judge who was supposed to sign those process to commence properly refused to do so, and he was accused of age falsification. Perhaps now we are watching how it will play out, whether they will use blackmail to forget him to sign into necessary dot lines, or it will be effort in futility. I think there's more. It is better they use diplomatic measures to resolve issues if they now all belong to the same political party.
Yeah.
Wisdom should have prevailed by them writing to the hierarchies of the party, maybe the national chairman, demanding an audience, not all of a sudden taking them unaware and start instituting what you call impeachment notice or process. You recall one of the rallies or tours of the FCT minister. There are reports of PDP state chairman and APC state chairman being in the rally. There are reports of him trying to present his son of 25 years to run for federal House of Representatives. You understand? I think it's all about political control, and it appears like Wike's ambition beyond 2027, which may be targeting presidency. He wants to be politically relevant. He wants to be in charge until when maybe he will try his another shot, because for 2027 the chances are almost zero, because he has pledged his commitment towards President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. So as it stands now, it's left for the leader of the party, who is the president and commander-in-chief, to decide on whose camp he will be. This one is no longer issue of pushing for peace.
All right, comrade, let's just put a peg to your thoughts. Take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Honorable Edwards, you're calling from Apo. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Apo, yeah.
Talk to us.
I did our guest. He spoke very well.
Right.
What I want to add my contribution is this. We knew that what is happening in River State, it is not about that impeachment, or the offenses that the House of Assembly has mentioned. That is political gain, just the way our guest said. And then, I will tell Mr. President, the president of this country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that if that governor is impeached, his vote will drop more than that governor being in power. Because this is going to encourage River State, whatever that's happened on River State, it will go to another state. It definitely go to another state. And so many states, they have godfathers. This is because of godfatherism. Maybe the agreement or whatsoever are not working. You expect the governor to be serving as the way the speaker called him yesterday. And with our guest has said everything. The budget is still running. you raise in the paper today, you raise the paper today about extension of budget. You have the right to extend the budget.
Okay.
So if Mr. President allowed this to happen, the vote will drop more than. It will drop more than because the entire Nigeria are against what's happening. We knew that Wike is behind it. Everybody knew. Wike has said that the problem. There's no need to hide it.
Right.
So if the governor is impeached, it's the president that is impeaching the governor.
Okay. Okay, Honorable, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that one. Right, you can still put your calls through now. Number is 0907-353-0044. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Yes, I greet your guest. My name is Steve.
Take him be.
From Nassau.
Awesome. Welcome.
Yes, in all of this, I want to ask your guest, in all of this that's happening, where are the people of River State? Are they not the ones that will suffer just because of one man that has ego? You know, during the festive period, Christmas and New Year celebration, you could see River State look as if it has two governors. And people like, former governor of the state, Peter Ojiri, he was asking, and saying that River State has only one governor. The FCT minister moved, into the state and it looked as if there was two governors, which is not. And all of us are aware that the lawmakers are dancing to the tune of Wike. But one thing I'm surprised at Fubara is that Fubara is he so weak that he cannot make some lawmakers to come to his own side? I've seen some states that their vote would have been dated, like Benue State, if not for the fact that the Reverend Father have been able to get the lawmakers on his side, there would have been problems. That's why Fubara is so weak that he cannot get most of the lawmakers on his side. We have had some of those fights in Enugu State before during Obodo. That there was so much fight, but the governor was able to get lawmakers to his side. But I'm surprised that Fubara cannot do that.
Okay.
And it is also shameful that the State Assembly will address Fubara as Madam. They will address him as Madam. It's so unfortunate.
Okay.
And we are calling on the president to prevail on Wike, the FC minister, to do the right thing because at the end of the day, the people who are suffering are the good people of River State. Thank you.
Appreciate. Right. Well, about the Madam thingy, who knows? It might just be a typo error. Type in a Madam addressing a governor. I'm just saying.
There's no typo error with regards to addressing a governor as Madam. Before official letters or correspondence or such like that is sent to the public, they review it. You understand?
Yeah.
The speaker has people working with him. And if you go throughout the history of the speaker communication, you will not see where you see such error. So it is deliberate, it is intentional, it is meant to cause provocation, it is meant to undermine and insult the office of the governor of the state, the person of Similaye Fubara. But then I think it's an own goal they are shooting themselves with regards to desperation to take him out of the way for them to have control of the state or state resources as the case may be. And it's unfortunate. I doubt if they will succeed, because for me, if you ask me, has Fubara committed an impeachable offenses? In legal terms, there's none as far as I'm concerned, not merely by running the state on emergency approved budget without a supplementary budget. The constitution allows spending from an existing approved budget and provides a legal period for new budgets.
Okay.
However, the totality of allegations matters if Fubara is found to be systematically ignoring constitutional duties, such as withholding funds or undermining the state assembly. Those could arguably be interpreted as gross misconduct under section 188 as they presented. But that's a matter for a proper impeachment investigation and potentially judicial review for whoever committee that the chief judge of the state will set up. So in political terms, these disputes, at least around the budget, seems as much about political control and factional conflict as it is about constitutional compliance. Officials and observers are already characterizing the impeachment as politically motivated, and that is the fact.
Okay, comrade. Well, I have to take a time out here now because I've got bills to pay. We might indeed engage with you again at the tail end. All right, but thank you, far too kind for your thoughts. Right?
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, we will indeed engage with yet another guest on the flip side of 9:30 and have a conversation still on this matter because it's a very strategic matter, but we'll be right back in a short bit.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
There's so much more to enjoy when in Emirates Economy. More legroom, delicious regionally inspired meals, complimentary free-flowing drinks, and the latest movies, TV shows, music, and live sport. Some of the best entertainment in the skies. And our family services make your journey simple and fun. Plan your next trip and start the holiday early in Emirates Economy. Fly Emirates, fly better.
Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Our properties national best.
Please listen to this important infomercial. It's Powell's time on radio. Abuja. Powell Homes and Shelters Limited has come with a vision of transforming housing through innovation, style and integrity. At Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, we deliver affordable luxury, comfort and reliability in real estate. We offer genuine lands, elegant homes, modern designs and flexible payment plans to make your dream home a reality. Visit us today and experience excellence you can trust. Our address is number 52, Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. You can call us on telephone number 081-510-20000 or 080-925-70000. The number to call us once again is 081-510-20000 or 080-926-70000. Now let's hear what your sister and veteran Nollywood actress Patience Ozoko, Mama G, has to say about this company.
My people, my name is Patience Ozoko, popularly known as Mama G, G for General. Do you want to buy genuine lands and other properties and need a brand you can trust? Think Powell Home and Shelters Limited. With a reputation built on honesty and reliability, we ensure your investment is secured. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing personalized service tailored to your needs. Join countless of satisfied customers who have found their dream properties with us. For inquiries, please call 0815 102 0000 or 0809 257 0000. We can get you property from any part of Nigeria. Think real estate, think Powell.
Thank you, Mama G, for that wonderful talk. Remember, our office is at number 52, Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. We also have branches in Enugu, Owerri, Oka, and Asaba, and Nairobi. Think real estate, think Powell.
Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Our properties national best. Invest your money, create a better future. A real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Real estate. Our properties national best.
Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for property. Our priority is to satisfy our client to the best.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng to report any suspicions of illicit financial activity queries, call CBN 0817-665-7060, SAC 0209-462-1168, 0916-772-3240. Announcer, FSRCC.
Things they happen for our community, eh?
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this annoying family.
Hey, yeah, that woman own don't finish. My dear, let's go and greet them, okay? Hey! Join media collation and awareness to hold trafficking, MICAs, on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Join us to kick human trafficking out of our society. I Wish I Knew radio drama and program is brought to you by MICAS and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
In the discourse this morning, still looking at the nemesis or genesis when it comes to the Rivers State governor impeachment saga, and not to also forget to mention the fact that it's not just Siminalayi Fubara who is in the impeachment role. In fact, his deputy is also part, talking about Professor Ngozi Odu. She's also part of the impeachment process, so the lawmakers are looking at impeaching these two great personality. Now we have yet another guest who's going to be adding his voice in the discourse. He's in the person of Mr. Ankeli Emmanuel. Now he is the Northwest Regional Editor of National Accord newspaper and Global Patriots News USA. Good morning to you, Mr. Ankeli Emmanuel. Hello. Okay, I wonder what just went down right now, but we'll just try to reconnect with him now in a short bit and get to hear from him. Yes, but the conversation is still on. Let's hear from you too. What do you think based on what Comrade Gerald Okachi has said? I mean, quite a number of things he has put out there, and he has put it out there that look, the president has to wade in and wading decisively in the matter. Taking the call. Hello, good morning.
Okay, you did the man with the golden voice.
Good morning to you, Triple D. Where are you calling from? Waru?
Yes,
awesome.
I'm calling in Waru City right now.
Waru City, talk to us.
If River State National Assembly state in Fubara, that means our dear honorable president is not ready for a governance in this country. Is not ready. Nigeria will get it right. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Right. It means the president is not ready for governance in this country. Hello, Mr. Ankeli. Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you.
Oh,
good morning awesome. And morning. Thank you for having me.
That's right. A wonderful to have you here, and I want to especially appreciate you. Very short notice, and yet you came through. Thank you. Far too kind. We don't take it for granted. But Mr. Ankeli, there's so much said about what's going on in Rivers State. Even after Fubara has joined the APC, we're still seeing yet another move away from the March move of last year for his impeachment. Yet another move in 2026 for his impeachment. What are the implications?
All right. Thank you so very much. Once again, thanks for having me.
Right.
Let me start by saying the whole thing revolves around Wiki, the FCT minister. And as an individual, I am a fan of Wiki, to be very candid with you. I love Wiki as a person because of his philosophy. And what are those philosophies that I love? The philosophy is ensuring that there is fairness and equity, especially as he demonstrated in 2023 during the presidential elections, where he insisted that power must shift to the south. I love him for that. He stood on his ground and he was firm about that. He never minds word, and he ensured that happened. That being said, however, Wike is trying to push the goodwill that he enjoys from Nigeria beyond his own reach. Now, he is trying to make himself which, if care is already taken, will become the haunted in no distance time from now. Why do I say this? We should understand that in life generally, no man is an island. Somebody must bring someone, somebody must serve as a bridge for someone to cross. Now, Wike, as an individual, was brought into political limelight by others. And Wike also now brought a successor. However, it's only Wike in the Nigerian political dynamism that is a godfather to a successor. But Wike seems to over-push his own ego as if he lords over River State. Why do I say this? Now, last year, just like you aptly mentioned, there was this drama and up and down in Rivers. And this year again, same thing. And all revolves around Wike, his ego, and the quest to remove Fubara, because he believes Fubara is not dancing to his own tune as expected. And one thing I want Wike to understand is this: you cannot marry for your child and also teach your child how to impregnate the wife. You can only teach your child how to take care of the family, but not how to impregnate the wife, because that becomes an abomination. So the fact that you bring Fubara into power does not mean you have to dictate everything for Fubara. You can only advise. Wike is not the only godfather that is having similar issue with their godsons.
Right.
I can give you so many examples across Nigeria, but they are fighting a kind of a quiet war that doesn't even come to public glare. You understand? For instance, look at Benue State, for instance. Up to this very moment, there is that quiet war between Akume, the Secretary Governor of the Federation, and the current governor, Reverend Father Aliyah.
Yeah.
And so many other states, there are such quiet war going on. However, in the case of Wike, he is making much noise about the scenario as if River is his personal property.
Right.
River State is not his personal property. You should understand that.
So what's the implication now to Nigeria? What's the implication of this war to the River State people, and what's the implication of all of these to the Nigerian political terrain when it comes to democracy?
All right, thank you so very much. The implication is this: Wike should understand that the fact that Fubara has moved to APC now, APC will not allow Wike's whims and caprices to dictate over the state any longer. One, they will not allow anything that has to do with impeachment of a sitting governor that is now an APC member. Why? Because by the time that happens, it's a slap on the face of the APC. And as such, Wike now will begin to lose ground if he's not very careful, because he's serving under an APC government despite being a PDP member, which so many people feel that is an aberration, that Wike ought to have been sanctioned by the PDP for anti-party activity long before now, which the PDP has continued to condone him up to this very moment. So the implication for the Nigerian democratic setting is that subsequently some will feel as if they are above the law. Some will feel as if whatever they do is an authority that no one question it. So Wike, as far as I'm concerned, I doubt very much if this will continue for too long, just like he did the previous year.
Right.
In no distant time from now, it will be curtailed and he will be cut to his sizes the way it is expected to be. Like, I give you a practical example. The PDP and the APC members in River State, they've stood up in support of Fubara, in spite of the fact that some of them are kicking against the fact that his entrance into APC was not done with proper consultation. But then the fact that he's APC member now, they are standing up in defense of Fubara. You understand? So the implication is this. The implication is Nigerian democratic system is more or less becoming a laughing stock if Wike's situation is not properly addressed, and addressed with all sense of sincerity.
All right. So do you think that Fubara's move to the APC was strategically conceived and calculated, especially for days like this? Because some political observers have the opinion that he had seen this coming. He had seen this coming, and that's why that move was very strategic, even though his followers at the time felt very disappointed. Did you also feel disappointed?
Well, just like you said, he saw this even from the onset. The very moment Wiki was in PDP and worked for APC, and APC now became the president of this country, every other person saw this coming from the onset. And as such, he felt the best way, the best comfort, the best consolation he could have is to join the APC. However, it was too early in the day for him to have joined as at that time, because he was still in good time with UK. So the little fracas they had was an ample opportunity for him, which he now catch into and switch allegiance to the APC. And don't forget, as far as the APC is concerned, is one party that Nigerians feel that no matter the degree of your sin, so long as you are in APC, your sins are forgiven.
Right.
Therefore, the fact that Fubara is in APC now, you understand? There is no amount of threat from Wiki that will shake him. The only thing is that Wiki will only be making noise, visiting people, visiting the likes of Asari, Dokuba, and all that, and visiting all host of communities and fermenting trouble up and down in the name of insisting that Fubara should be considered as a black sheep in their midst. But then I can assure you, and I can say this for free, that at the long run, by the time all this dust is settled, Fubara will still remain the governor. Wiki's relevance in the political cycle will wind down, and if he's not very careful, in no distance time from now, he will become a political chaff, because the PDP will no longer want to identify with him, and the APC will see him as a threat.
Okay, let's put a peg to your thoughts and get to hear family members what they have to say in the matter, and based on your submission. Let's go take this one now very quickly. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you, Chimeze. Compliments. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to tell Nigerians not to be. This is my observation anyway. Nigerians should not be deceived by this Wike Fubara issue. Like one of your callers said, I'm surprised that Wike is getting this kind of attention on media. Okay? They are playing out a strategic political instruction from their foreign analysts and political analysts. President Tinubu knows what he is doing in Rivers. They need Rivers State money. They need Rivers State votes. Wike or Fubara are not quarreling. To me, forget whatever they are presenting to the world. Wike, aligning with Asari Dokubo, he is not seeing into his shortest future. Asari Dokubo is globally known for his track record. For you to go and align with it doesn't mean that if Fubara is not removed from office, then you unleash terror on Rivers people. It's unfortunate that Wike has overshot his end. He has option of being thrown into the sea because he has illegally entered APC sinking ship, or being thrown under the bus. To me, we should not bother about them. This is diversionary. You are fighting for Wike and Fubara. Remember what Fubara said immediately he decamped or declared to the APC. He has said that he will present or deliver APC to federal government. Who are they deceiving? Money or no money, Supreme Court is now that remembering the Supreme Court that Wike boasted that he has destroyed the judiciary. It's on tape. I can relate to you that he played a role because in Osun State. What are we looking at? Nigerians should look at the falling economies of this state and not to Wike, Fubara, and whatever they are saying is in their own pocket. They are deceiving people to capture River State election and their money.
All right.
Because if this continues like this, just 1 minute. If this continues like this, people will vote in sympathy of Fubara, and that is APC. That is the new level.
All right.
We don't have better education.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate Chimeze right there. He says, look, there is no fight. There is no quarrel. This is just staged. That in the end, it's going to be a sympathetic conversation, and people will just tilt towards, voting Fubara, or the APC rather, in 2027. But then again, there's a serious point, and that point is something that I established in my introduction, and that would be about the people of Rivers State. How is this impacting the people of Rivers State? Mr. and Kelly, Emmanuel, has this helped the economy of River State in any way?
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Just like the person that contributed just now said, certainly it will have a negative impact on the economy of River State. Why? Because as it is now, Fubara will be left with no option than to ensure that he save enough money to fight this war. Because he needed to have a deep pocket now to ensure that he buy over people to his side. And Wiki on his own side will also want to see that the money he has saved before, coupled with what he's saving now from the FCT and Co. with his own investment, to also ensure that he buy over Rivers' conscience. So as it is now, it will be more money for the river people. However, it will also affect their relationship and their economy. But like I said earlier, at the long run, Fubara will still be victorious, like it or not, because the APC will not want to miss River for any reason.
Okay.
And then Getty River is holding on to Fubara. And if you could remember, when immediately Fubara joined the APC, and the recent e-registration is the 001 of River State. And you know that's a big statement. You understand? That is to say, for you to identify with anybody in APC in River State is the first person that you identify with. So, and certainly to that effect, the presidency will not allow anything that has to do with tampering with Fubara's position as it is now. Because it is going to cause serious confusion in the event that is being done. And that confusion will mean both the APC and the PDP losing River completely.
All right, let's take this message. It's coming from Triple D again. It says, good morning to you and greetings to the Eagles family. Right, I key into your guest submission. I once liked Wike and I was once his fan. I totally withdraw my full support from Wike because he's not fighting a good political fight. Is that the purpose of life or leadership in politics? We will get it right one day. Triple D from Waru is saying. We'll take this call now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barrister.
Good morning to you, my brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, and good morning to our guest.
Right. Felix, talk to us very quickly in a space of 1 minute if you can.
I told you some time ago that one of the defections that really suits me so much is a solar defection.
Right.
The price was very calculative and it is very bad. And I tell you, like I just rightly said, whoever goes join APC, the funny things are forgiven. So Kubara know what he did by joining APC. It will be like let him jump up and jump down with Kubara.
Okay.
They will do nothing to Kubara. I tell you, APC will not tolerate any individual single-handedly tearing parties apart, let alone allowing you to do what he did to PDP to them. So this is a direct challenge not to Fubara, but APC as a whole and Tinubu as the leader of APC.
Right.
And I think Wike is biting more than he can chew.
Okay.
How much impact is he making on the people? Much more impact. Remember some time ago when Fubara was still managing other PDP, he allowed some of his followers to join a particular political party to be able to contest for local government elections and they all won. What will be the fate of those ones I know those political parties?
Okay.
It's going to move, of course, some of them will move definitely with him to APC. So this is going to affect a lot of people.
All right.
This pocket, yes.
All right.
We have to gather enough money to be able to fight this battle. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Felix from Lamberta. Now, I'll just take this message and, of course, get our guest to put a crown on the discourse this morning. Now, this one is coming from Jane from Suleja. Says, good morning, Sire UD. Good morning, and our very own Comrade Okachi as well. Good morning. It says, what's happening in River State is simply a political distraction. What's more embarrassing is how we have now normalized abnormalities in our political space. These people spend so much time and focus playing politics than actually focusing on governance. Ask yourselves, what budget is the State Assembly asking? If Nigeria was a sane climb, some of the revelations coming out in their so-called war is enough to indict the major players and even the presidency. But we'll come to the Banana Republic of Niger. Well, welcome to the Banana Republic of Nigeria. Okay, we'll just put a crown to it now. Mr. M. Kelly, what are your final thoughts? And how?
My final thought is this: is an advice for our dear FCT Emperor Wiki. He should tread with caution. In life, you don't overstretch the confidence people have in you, because it's human being we are talking about here, and human beings are very dynamic. Right. They can change at any time, at any given time. So he should ensure that he doesn't overflock the goodwill he enjoys from River State people, because he is not the first person to have ever been a good politician in River, and he will not be the last person.
Okay.
And he is not the first person to be abandoned, and he will not be the last person to be abandoned. So he should play with caution.
Tread with caution now. Thank you so much for adding your voice in the discourse this morning, Mr. Kelly Emmanuel. You are the Northwest Regional Editor of the National Accord newspaper and Global Patriot News USA. Thank you still for your time.
Thank you, and thanks once again for having me.
Right. Yes, we call it a close in the discourse today. Well, we'll be coming back on the flip side of 10 o'clock for the general open banter. But first, the news, business news coming right